The Arctic winds roared like an unforgiving beast, whipping through the vast expanse of ice and snow. High above, a rescue helicopter cut through the storm, its searchlight scanning the frozen wasteland. The team had received an urgent distress signal. An injured mother polar bear and her cub stranded on a breaking ice floe, drifting dangerously toward open water. If they didn't reach them in time, the ocean would swallow them whole. As the chopper hovered lower, the team spotted the heart-wrenching sight below. The mother bear, massive yet fragile, lay motionless on a chunk of ice barely large enough to hold her weight. Deep gashes marred her thick white fur, and blood painted the ice beneath her. The cub, no more than a few months old, clung desperately to her side, letting out tiny cries, pleading for her to move. "We don't have much time," the team leader Jack spoke through the radio. "The ice is breaking fast. We need to extract them now." The plan was risky. Lowering a rescuer onto unstable ice was dangerous, but waiting meant certain death for the bears. Anna, the team's wildlife medic, volunteered without hesitation. She strapped into the harness, gave a quick nod, and was lowered down into the storm. As her boots touched the cracking ice, she felt it shift beneath her. Every second counted. She approached carefully, knowing that even an injured bear could be deadly if startled. The cub let out a frightened growl, its tiny frame standing protectively in front of its mother. Anna spoke softly, her voice barely audible over the howling wind. "It's okay, little one. We're here to help." She reached into her pack and pulled out a fresh fish, the strong scent carrying in the cold air. The cub hesitated but then inched forward, hunger outweighing fear. It sniffed, then took a tentative bite. That was the opening Anna needed. She turned her attention to the mother bear. Her breathing was shallow, but she was still alive. Anna quickly assessed her injuries: hypothermia, blood loss, and exhaustion. If they didn't stabilize her, she wouldn't survive. "Jack, she's in bad shape," Anna radioed. "We need to lift her out now, or she won't make it through the night." "Understood. We're sending down the rescue net." The plan was to hoist the mother bear onto the helicopter with a reinforced net while securing the cub in a separate carrier. But before they could act, a deep, thunderous crack split the silence. The ice floe fractured, splitting into two. Anna barely had time to react before she felt herself sliding. "Hold on!" Jack's voice shouted through the radio. The mother bear, jolted by the movement, let out a weak but instinctual growl. Despite her injuries, she struggled to her feet, using the last of her strength. The cub yelped as the shifting ice sent it skidding toward the open water. Without thinking, Anna lunged forward, grabbing the cub before it could slip into the freezing abyss. The ice beneath her groaned in protest, a warning that it wouldn't hold much longer. "Get them up now!" she screamed. The helicopter's winch whirred to life. The net was lowered around the mother bear, and within seconds the team began hoisting her up. The cub, now secured in Anna's arms, trembled as the wind roared around them. Just as the last piece of ice gave way, Anna and the cub were lifted into the air. Below them, the fractured ice drifted apart, swallowed by the dark Arctic waters. It had been mere seconds between life and death. Back on board, the team worked quickly to stabilize the mother bear. Fluids were administered, wounds were cleaned, and warmth was restored. The cub nestled beside her, pressing its small body against hers for comfort. Hours passed in tense silence. Then, finally, the mother bear's eyes fluttered open. Weak, but alive. The team cheered. They had done it. Against all odds, they had saved them. A few days later, under the careful supervision of the rescue team, the mother bear and her cub were released back into the wild. As they stepped onto solid ice once more, the mother bear turned one last time, locking eyes with her human saviors. Some said animals didn't understand gratitude. But in that moment, as the Arctic winds carried her away, the team knew they had just witnessed something extraordinary. The mother bear was free, and she was still alive.